Howdy folks, Dr. Ed here with Total Body Healthcare and your Whiteboard Wednesday thought of the week. This week I want to focus on the power of the mind in the healing process and maybe little steps that you can do to improve that. Here in the office as a chiropractor, a lot of my patients tell me a lot about the physical stresses that they're under, whether it would be a car accident, maybe they strained their shoulder when they were doing some sort of lifting, or a work injury, if you will. Those are all physical stresses that can cause health issues. Of course, there's also chemical stresses that we need to be concerned with, and today's lesson is the emotional stress and what's going on as far as in the mind is concerned with the healing process. We have all heard of the placebo effect. Whether you understand it completely or not, that's okay, but we've all at least heard of it. It's used very, very extensively in the pharmaceutical industry and their research studies. They have a new drug that they want to be studying, in other words, in its effectiveness. They compare it to the placebo medication. In other words, they have half their participants, they get the real drug, the other half get, if you will, a sugar pill. And they measure the effectiveness, how much more effective was this versus the placebo. Because they realize and they recognize the power of the mind in the healing process. One particular study that I saw recently, it was done back in 2014, but it was on migraine medication. They gave the one group the migraine medication. They gave another group the placebo, in other words, a sugar pill, and they even told them that it was the placebo. They didn't. Normally, the placebo group does not know. They think they're getting the real medication, but in this particular study, they actually told them that it was the placebo, and wouldn't you know that it still worked 50% of the time because the mind is so powerful as far as the healing process is concerned. I can tell you with 20 plus years of experience here in my office, when a patient comes in, I kind of judge whether they are a glass half empty or they glass half full type personality. The glass half empty folks, boy, they take a lot longer to get better. Just the effect of their thinking, if you will, on the healing process. So one little step that I encourage you to do, if you don't know exactly whether you're half empty or half full, it's kind of hard to self-evaluate that sometimes. Ask some of your trusted friends, say, hey, how do you look at me? Am I a half-empty type personality or am I half-full type personality? That'll give you a little clue as far as how quickly you can heal depending on what the health challenge is that you're facing. There are different tools that you can use to help boost or improve aspects of your personality. You're not going to change your personality completely because that's who you are, but you can have better days with it. One of the tools that I like is called the Enneagram, and there's lots of different information out there on the internet. I love teaching about it. You can even hire Enneagram coaches. There's lots of different ways that you can use it, but that is one very, very powerful tool that I know I use personally, and I encourage my patients to use as well. But that's the overall lesson today. The power of the mind in the healing process. Really begin thinking about improving your thoughts about whatever health challenge it is that you're facing, because we face a lot of them all the time. The placebo effect is a big deal. My name's Dr. Ed. I'm with Total Body Healthcare, and that was your Whiteboard Wednesday thought of the week.